oil changes? How often have I personally done my oil changes on my car? So I want to go ahead and explain something to you guys. I did a couple years of car sales, and so we kind of get to learn a lot about the vehicles that you sell, and also why they do what they do. First off, I want to explain something to you guys, is that every time you do an oil change, you're taking it in for service. Most of the time, you're getting it into the dealership, okay? And if you're not doing the dealership, you're doing it, somewhere else or on your own, then you probably have the better choice. But every time you take it into a dealership for your 5,000 mile intervals, your 10,000 mile intervals, your 7,500 intervals, understand you're taking it to a salesperson, not a service technician. A service technician is just a nice way of saying, you know what, they're there to service your vehicle, but they're actually, most of the dealership's revenue comes from the service department, not from the sales floor. But you'd be surprised to learn that when you've been, in the sales industry for so long. But when it comes down to is the question of how often should you change your oil inside of your car? With so many different vehicles having so many specifications, 5,000 mile, 10,000 mile, 20,000 mile oil changes. And, are you really, really wanting to follow those recommendations, okay, from people that are, from the factory or from the manufacturer? So understand that vehicles today are not made the same way, okay? I would highly recommend that you change your oil changes every 3,000 to 5,000 miles. Okay, you're only doing your vehicle and your engine a service. I personally change mine every 3,000 to 4,000 miles. I have a 2010 Lincoln Town Car, okay, and that gets I think the interval is 7,500 miles, okay, for oil change intervals. I change mine out every 3 to 4. My reason for doing this is because the manufacturer and the recommendations understand that those people push out vehicles to dealerships. Okay, now if they give you a oil interval, okay, chances are, like I said, they're going to want you to eventually, somewhere down the line, come in and buy another vehicle, purchase a newer model, okay, get all the fancier equipment, but also at the end of the day, keep you rolling in debt. As much as the salesperson, we love to say congratulations on your new car, the reality is we're really saying, what it really is for you guys is congratulations, sucker, you're in debt for the next 7 years of your life, okay, or next 5 years of your life. And the sad reality, even though it sounds kind of bad, it really is what it is, okay? So to keep that from happening, to keep your vehicle lasting and going as long as possible, okay, there are so many videos out there also available for you guys through Scotty Kilmore, through Eric the Car Guy, and many other, videos that, are out there to give you guys information as to what a vehicle does and what it looks like after 10,000 mile intervals or higher. 5,000 mile intervals, 3,000 mile intervals, these are what you would recommend. So I highly recommend learning a little bit more about your car and going in and learning how to do your own oil changes, or finding a good friend or mechanic that can help you do it. They're not that difficult, okay? They're very cheap, very cost effective if you can do it yourself, okay? But even then, it's always, you're doing your service to a vehicle, because it's a lot cheaper to change your oil every month or every 2 months or every 3 months, okay, than it is to replace an engine, okay, or all together buy a whole brand new car, okay? So I would recommend that if you guys are looking for a service interval where you want your vehicle to last, this has lasted 11 years, okay? But they don't make cars like this anymore. Cars are not made with the same quality as they used to, okay? Toyotas, Hondas, they're reputable, but even they are starting to have issues with their models and their engines, because their engines are not, with Toyota, engine models are not made by Toyota. They're made by other companies. So there's beginning to be a shift in the engines that are out there, and they're just not lasting as long. Cars today, they talk about lifetime oils for your transmission. Okay, they're just not lasting like they should. The lifetime of the vehicle usually means 100,000 miles. Okay, lifetime of the vehicle is usually 100,000 miles to 150,000 miles, give or take. But what if I told you that you can get your vehicle mileage to 300,000, 200,000, 500,000 miles? There are vehicles out there that are pushing 1 million. Why? Oil changes. That is it. And I understand not everyone can afford oil changes, but sometimes, like I said, it's very easy in many cases to change your own oil. And if you need to have a friend with you, a lot of times there's so many resources available for you to save money and be able to do it yourself. And honestly, there's a lot of mechanics out there that are not from the dealership that'll give you a really good deal on getting your oil changed. Okay, so I just recommend it. Like I said, at the same time, like I said, these are salespeople. They rely on you getting new vehicles. They rely on your stuff breaking. An engine breaking, a transmission slipping, a cooling system failing. These are things that cost thousands of dollars to replace. A heater core that I have to have actually replaced is going to cost me about $1,400, okay, on my car to replace that. And that's because the previous owners that had this vehicle, the two previous owners, never ever did a coolant flush, okay? In its entire life of the vehicle. The entire life of the vehicle, it never had a transmission service. The yellow cork was still on the bottom of the pan, and the oil in the transmission pan looked as black as sludge oil from an engine. It's really bad. Okay, they make money. Dealerships make money in partnership with the manufacturer, because if a dealership sells cars, manufacturer will send more. The price dealership pays for those cars makes the manufacturer money. So it's a cycle that keeps on going around and around and around. I highly recommend that if you really want to take care of your car and keep it as long as possible, the idea is to keep a vehicle and pay it off and not have the debt any longer. It is officially yours, the title is in your name, and at that point you have an asset. Yes, and then that's not depreciating as much because you own it, and again, you still have a car that you don't have to make payments on anymore. Okay, and that is the whole point of having a vehicle. But everyone wants the new bells and whistles, and they make it very easy and very user friendly for you to upgrade your vehicle, giving you so many different payment options that you're just constantly on that hamster wheel of being in debt even rolling over old debt into new debt. You know, it's called rolling over negative equity, okay, into a newer car. That increases, that just keeps you on the Ferris wheel 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year. Stop doing that to yourself. Oil changes are the most simple thing you could do, and I highly recommend that 3,000 to 4,000 miles, at the most 5,000 mile intervals. 5,000 miles is where it's okay. Okay, I personally do mine every 3 to 4 because I have such high miles. I want my car to hit 1 million. But people out there, 5,000 miles is okay. Anything higher than that, I wouldn't recommend it. You're just going to do damage, and you're going to cost yourself more in the long run. Okay, you're going to be costing yourself more in, you know, either blowing your engine or, you know, wearing it down. You're going to be burning oil. You're going to be, you know, your seals, all these things come into play when, you know, when you're taking care of your engine. And oil is the most simple thing you can use to protect your engine and to protect your transmission. Okay, and so I highly recommend those two things you focus on, making sure you change. Engine more so, transmission usually has a longer interval, but definitely I would cut it in half, you know, and take care of the things you have. That way you're not spending more money and constantly being in debt. Again, my name is Josh. I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you guys do like this video, feel free to comment and post your likes below and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Again, I'm going to be trying to post a little bit more of these videos. I would like to be able to try to get, you know, myself the ability to kind of come up financially and be able to help people at the same time, so it's a win-win. And I know a lot of people have become successful on YouTube by just simply sharing the little information that they know, and being able to share that wisdom with the world is a beneficial thing. So it's both beneficial for all of us. And I've learned a lot of information from Scotty Kilmore and Eric the Car Guy. These are great guys that I have a huge passion for, because the information is good. Okay, they're old school, and they have no reason to really want to lie. And if they make a mistake, they are usually very quick to come out and say, I made a mistake. And that is integrity, and I like people like that. I like mechanics like that, because there's so few of them. So if you guys find this video informational, again, I'm not a mechanic. I'm just a person that has been experience of life. You know, I have had experiences in life where I've had blown an engine. I have had, you know, a bad engine light on, or I've had things where I've experienced things in life. When you go through experience in life, that creates wisdom in the act. And so when you do that, you share that with the world hopefully is able to benefit from that. So my goal is to be able to hopefully help you guys at the same time. Yeah, I'd like to be able to, you know, make a little bit of money, which is perfectly fair, especially with the price of gas today. It's crazy. So I encourage you guys out there, if you guys have anything that you guys can help the world out, help give people information or wisdom or knowledge that you think you might have, that you know that you've gone through experiences, so you know a little bit about, you know, what people are going through, that you feel like you can share, by all means, create a video. Let people know this is your opinion. You're not credentialed, but this is your experience because you've lived the experience. So there's two ways you can get knowledge in this run. You can get it through experience with your hands on, or you can get it through a book and getting certifications. So this is me telling you guys, I hope you guys have a great day. I hope this information is helpful for you guys, and see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.